Hey guys, Mike here. This is part 3 of replacing the cylinder head and sleeves on 1986 Ford 1910 tractor. I don't know if you watched the first 2 parts. I pretty much yanked the whole top of the head off. Let me go back here. Pretty much yanked the whole top of the head off here. Here's the water pump. I got a replacement water pump that I'm going to replace. I have all the bags, everything marked with bolts because it's obviously taken a long time. Well, I have some good news and bad news. The bad news was the head is cracked in multiple places. I brought it to the machine shop. Let's go right here. Let me show you. I got it magnafluxed. You can see the brownish. The brownish is where it found cracks. The intakes and exhaust, that doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that it's a low spot. But you can see like he put arrows between here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 cracks in the cylinder head between the intake and exhaust. Originally, he kind of made it sound like that it wasn't able to be fixed. So I started making phone calls. And if anybody has a Ford 1910 tractor, they know that cylinder heads are almost impossible to find. And if you can, they're not guaranteed that they're going to be cracked like this one. Well, made a couple of phone calls. I'm here on Long Island, New York. I found a place. Gave him a couple of calls. Turns out it was a junk tractor. So I called the guy up and asked him. Said, "Hey, do you have a cylinder head?" He goes, "I'm not going to break up the cylinder head off the thing, but you could buy the whole motor for $2,500." So there's the motor. I started to rip it all down. It was actually a complete motor. Complete motor. The head is an N840. Those are the ones that are really hard to find. They don't make the parts anymore. But I got an engine stand here. I actually mounted the engine on with the flywheel still on it. It was a running motor when it came off. The gearbox was bad on the tractor, and I guess the individual who had the tractor decided that it wasn't worth repairing. So I bought it from this place up in Sharon Springs, New York, called McFadden's. They were actually really, really helpful. The guy called me back within a day and said, "Hey, I got a whole motor." So I said, no hesitation. I said, "I'll take it." I know it's a little bit of money, but I guess that's part of owning a tractor. I should have done my homework. Let's get to the second part. Well, I go to pick up the cylinder head, the old cylinder head from him. Let's see right there, the old cylinder head, and he says, "I don't feel comfortable repairing it, but I can repair it." So I was like, "Why didn't you tell me this before?" So I said, "Can you give me a roundabout estimate on what it's going to cost to repair?" Well, he said he will take the valves out, machine in new valve seats, which would get rid of those, which would cover those cracks there. I asked him if the cracks went through to the water jackets, and he said no. It was leaking. They did a vacuum test on it, and it was leaking from the valves, which is the reason, I guess, why you see the magnaflux down in the down there low. Well, I had already bought the motor. And now I have 2 of everything. We're looking at here. 2 exhaust manifolds. 2 sets of rocker arms. The other set. 2 intakes. 2 valve covers. So what I am going to do is I got the motor stand. It's going to sit on the motor stand. And probably will take parts off as needed, so that way I don't have to take any more road trips. Currently, right now, I'm ripping the head off the running one. I'm gonna bring it to my machine shop. He's gonna freshen it up. Probably just lap the valves, take the valve springs off, put new seats in there, new seals, and then we're going to go from there. I mean, you know, this has been a project over the winter that I didn't expect to be doing. The tractor was running when I did get it, which made me happy. But once I started to dig into it, more and more problems. Well, that was part 3 of my my video here. I don't know how many parts is going to be. I would assume probably 6 or 7. Got to get this head off to my machine shop. Get this thing moving. What I did was the water housing that holds the thermostat. Wire wheeled that up, painted it. The temperature gauge. Actually, so leads me to my next part, which more problems. I was trying to figure out. I mean, this whole cylinder, this thing overheated, ran low on coolant, probably a bunch of times, and well, coolant temperature says it's hot. This tractor hasn't run in about a month. So it's stuck on hot. I did buy an aftermarket. Temperature gauge. Here's the. This is the threading 1/4 inch NPT. I'm gonna get a reducer. Put that in there, and we're gonna go from there. And hopefully I get this thing back together and. I will see you for pretty soon in part 4. Once I get the cylinder head back, and we'll be installing the old new cylinder head, or the new old one, on the old new tractor. All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.